I want to tell you about my friends. One in particular a little more because today we spent a lot of time together. We sat on the floor, we didn't talk. The silence said it all. This friend gets me, understands that sometimes I can't do, I just need to be, but we have this third friend who exhibits intrusive signs of jealousy. Anxiety can't keep still. Speaks too fast for me with a tendency to bring up old subjects carelessly. Today, depression and I just wanted to sit quietly in a darkened room sipping our tea, feeling safe in the familiarity of melancholy company, balancing precariously on a 9-month waiting list, avoiding any signs of vitamin D as our only current form of therapy, but then anxiety showed up, which, let's face it, they usually do, and they just asked questions constantly. Depression acknowledges my reasons for avoiding things and tends to agree, whereas anxiety always questions my excuses and leaves me feeling guilty. I've become so in touch with my friends, they don't like it if I don't check in for a while, but being numb makes getting ready for a day you didn't plan on being here for less of an arduous trial. I am one monumental mood swing disguised as a mammal from the wild, using more concealer to hide my invisible scars than my physical ones, with the most flawless brand I've found being my smile. The only thing on fleek are my inflections and my waterproof mascara labelled with denial. I am a double, triple, quadruple entendre dressed up as being versatile. I started this journey at rock bottom, and I know I've made headway, but the more I sweep things under the rug, the more it makes for an unsteady terrain, and I'm losing my stability again. Today, it feels like the rock at the bottom is on top of me, and I am deeper and darker than I've ever been, finding comfort in the control of ceasing reality, finding confusion in not wanting to live but not wanting to die, and running out of options pretty swiftly. Sometimes I want to keep it to myself because I've known people to put a value of $1 million on their 2 cents. And while I'm studying for my master's in my own mental health, I won't risk copying someone else's answers to find each one was an uneducated guess. But I will break in front of you, so you know it's okay too. Because I used to be the one who thought a smile spoke the truth, so I know it's possible to update a lifelong view. And I wish for a world in which this can be understood without first-hand experience and a science experiment of tablets to tend to. I don't like weekends because it makes those days more special when I've spent months convincing myself each day is important. I wish days away as though having less would lessen this urge to stay conveniently dormant. Labels feel like understatements. Whilst one part of me struggles to breathe, another reminds me that I'm only panicking because I dared to be complacent. Flash forwards of it always being this way, as painful as the flashbacks that cause constant anticipation. Skin sits under my fingernails to advertise my impatience. It's a lot to happen under the roof of a day, and I'm feeling beat. I think I need to retreat, maybe just a week, but I fear when I return, 5 friends will have fallen at my feet. They've been there as solid as concrete when my instability has reached its peak to remind me that this is something I can and will always defeat. So when they're struggling with their direction, I'm not comfortable taking a back seat. I want to be their co-pilot until their turbulence is complete. So today, when my phone lit up, followed by that well-rehearsed beep, I knew it was right to buckle in, not to pass the time with sleep. My mate was confiding in a text that they're having a rough time, and I didn't know what to suggest. I replied, including a lot of punctuation so I had time to catch my breath, assuring my willpower failure didn't trip their switch and have a knock-on effect, because when the tsunami hits, we pull out our surfboards and ride the wave of emotion together until our feet and solid ground reconnect. We are clouds, shapeshifters and drifters. We disappear without a whimper, we feel heavier in the winter. We get spaced out, our cracks showing clearly. Cast shadows over lives whilst they watch from a distance trying to figure out what they can see. Some hours, we're as blank as a new page, ready to be expressed, carrying with us tiny pieces of heaven waiting for them to manifest. We swell with emotion until we burst, raining down, causing distress, and when it's thunderous, it can be frightening, but it's all part of a natural process. We cover up the sun to uncover silver linings. And I won't accept an apology they didn't need to give in the message they sent when they wanted to go into hiding. There is no I in team, but there is T. So they came over, I popped the kettle on, and we worked together on surviving. Multiple friends, living with multiple personality disorders, living on boundaries in a parallel universe with unparalleled lines shaping our borders, to frame us out to be pictures of perfection in an unforgiving exhibition of emotion hoarders, all original, but by no means made to order. Hung on walls, weathered down to different hues, built using contrasting materials, some grueling to get over, some simpler to break through. Built on foundations that are level or foundations that are skewed, built in minutes or over decades of trying to enforce solitude. Each wall showcasing a climb. Each climb appearing different from afar, but magnitude should not be confused with perspective. We shouldn't underestimate another's hurdle when ours appears more impressive, because by adjusting our view, we can help each other to find an escape route which is far less exhausting and far more effective. But today, my head hurts from banging it off my wall. And as I poured a second brew, I considered leaning back on my friend for their support. But I wouldn't lean on a post that was too weak to hold me up, because we'd both be in for a fall. I'd look for another that could hold my weight or stand alone as a last resort. So today, I decided to withdraw and keep my thoughts inside my head. When they were ready to stand alone, they made the call. And then I climbed into my notebook, used the next page as a blanket, and put this to bed. Hey, I want to tell you... Jesus, that was cringy. Hey, I want to tell you about my friends. Hey, I want to tell you about my friends. Hey, oh, a little bit. Hi. Maybe just don't say hello at the beginning. Oh, hey, I want to tell you about my friends. I want to tell you about my friends. I want to tell you about my friends. One in particular, that sounded like a fart, but I didn't. My foot made a funny noise on the floor. Anxiety can't keep still. Speaks too fast for me with a tendency to bring her up. Clearly. We have this third friend who exhibits intrusive signs. Oh, shitting hell. The only thing on fleek are my inflections and my waterproof mascara labelled with denial. I am a double, triple, quadruple entendre, dressed up as being versatile. Quadruple entendre? God damn it. And I wish for a world in which this can be accepted without first-hand experience and a science experiment of tablets to tend to. That was the wrong word. Fuck. Flash forwards of it always being this way, as painful as the flashbacks that cause constant anticipation. Skin sticks under my finger mouth. Damn it! The silence said it all. This friend... Oh, I can hear my dad. Stop making noise, people. And I wish for a world in which this can be understood. Fuck's sake! Someone's vacuuming now as well. Cool, this is the one. I can feel it in my uterus. I replied, including a lot of punctuation, so I had time to catch my breath, assuring my willpower failure doesn't trick that. I don't know why I wrote this poem. The only thing on fleek are my inflections and my waterproof mascara labelled. It was going so well though, wasn't it? I think I need to retreat, maybe just a week, but I fear when I return 5 friends would have fallen at my feet. There's been... And while I'm studying for mama... Stay chipper. Oh, god damn it. This one, this is the one. This one, this one, this one is the one. The flash forwards of it always feeling this way.